Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 42-year-old, six-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and the New England Patriots as they take on Case Keenum and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense led by their new quarterback, Case Keenum. And Keenum, a guy, he's seen his fair share of highs and lows in this game. The high likely his 22-touchdown season for the Vikings in 2017, and the low probably being traded by Denver after one 6-10 season. But here he is, ready to rock and roll. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Redskin first down, the pickup 15 yards.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Keenum. That's going to be caught by Richardson. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
And we have to start with Adrian Peterson. The 7-time Pro Bowl running back is back for his 2nd season with Washington. And he was surprisingly good in 2018. At one point, had the team leading the NFC East. And right now he sits at number 8 all-time in rushing. And in his sights, number 7, Jerome Bettis, number 6, LaDainian Tomlinson, and with a big year, maybe even number 5, Curtis Martin.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Good stuff. Keep doing it.
Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Charles, let's dive into that Patriots 3-0 start. Earlier, you mentioned it. Yes, the offense that we're getting ready to see here again in a second is doing their thing, and Tom Brady, and that's great. But really, the defense continues to kind of fly under the radar with great play.
And they really shouldn't, should they? Because that touchdown they gave up against the Jets was the first scored against the Patriots since the AFC Championship game last season, and it occurred on a muff punt. How about this? I love this stat. First team to shut out opponents in the first half of each game through Week 3 since the 1962 Green Bay Packers. And did you know that Packers team lost one game all year and won the NFL Championship? If that's an omen, Patriots fans love it. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Caught by the tight end Watson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. Got a man, that's Quinn. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
Throwing on 2nd down. Keenum. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Keenum. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Keenum now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. The veteran Jason McCourty up to make the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd and 9, Keenum, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Now Mike Nugent for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
About set now for their next drive, Case Keenum and the Redskins. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run it here with Thompson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you. You mine. Get on. 58's the money. 58's the money. They're not ready for this, man.
On play action, it's Keenum. Taken in by Sprinkle, little pitch and catch. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Keenum. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Keenum now, already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Keenum. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Keenum now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Peterson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
54. Blue down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Keenum throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Taken in by Sprinkle, a little pitch and catch. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They run with Thompson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down to Thompson on the screen. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Now Keenum. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Thompson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Keenum now on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement. but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, it's Brady. It's caught. This is White. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wait, set, 29, Alpha, check, 53, Mike. Strip the ball, 50.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Wait, set, round 80, round 80. Let's go one more. Hey, ball 66.
On 1st down, Brady. Dorsett's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 1st down, here's White. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Wait, 20. Watch the pass.
On second down now, Michelle. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Mike Nugent now to line up for the field goal. This one from 48 yards away. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Back out Nugent now after the field goal as he'll send it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Thompson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Line 54. You better bring it. You better bring it. Right now, you better.
They run again on 1st down. Peterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, it's Thompson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the carry, Thompson. Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On second down now. It's Thompson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here goes the high. Right 20. Oh, you got D? Single. Hey, 17 Jordan.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Hey, 66.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Complete to Dorsett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
We got this.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Wait, set. 380. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, You saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Mike, hey, Ted, wait, 20. Mike, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. When he hit. Sugar.
On 2nd and 12, Brady got Gordon open, completes it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Switch.
From midfield, here's Brady. That's complete. It's Gordon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't
I
turn
guess.
it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Throwing now is Keenum. Taken in by Sprinkle, a little pitch and catch. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This is Thompson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a 1st down throw. Keenum. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That's going to be caught by Richardson. 23 yards the pickup there. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Keenum now. Over 200 yards already in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. Now Keenum again. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To the air again, Keenum. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. He fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Adrian Peterson taking it in as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Brady. This is White on the screen. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Brady to throw. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Wait, 20! Watching you five! Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby! Woo! Go bandit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady is going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Brady again. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 32-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
Back out Nugent now after the field goal as he'll send it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised, just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Brady going to throw. Going deep here for Edelman. And got his man.